Most people read books. I analyze them. You know that feeling, right? You turn the pages, you follow the plot, you meet the characters. And when you reach the end, you close the cover with this quiet sense that something important remained just out of view, a deeper layer, a hidden conversation, a meaning that shimmered beneath the words but never quite broke the surface. That feeling, that's the gap between reading and understanding. It's the difference between knowing what happens in a story and knowing why it matters. Between encountering a character and comprehending the complex psychology that makes them feel real, that makes their choices linger in your mind long after the book is back on the shelf. This is where book Odyssey lives, in that gap. Every single day at 9 AM Eastern, I don't just present a book, I break it down. I analyze 9 different books to give you what conventional reading consistently misses. Let me show you what that actually means. First, we uncover the psychological insights you missed. We go beyond a character's actions to find the drives, fears, and subconscious motivations behind them. Why does a hero make a seemingly irrational sacrifice? Why does a villain evoke a strange flicker of sympathy? It's not just plot. It's human psychology masterfully disguised as narrative. We reveal how an author uses subtle cues, a hesitation, a repeated phrase, a loaded silence, to make you feel exactly what they intend, often without you even realizing you are being guided. Second, we find the hidden themes and patterns. Great books are ecosystems of meaning. Symbols recur and evolve. A color in chapter 1 becomes a warning in chapter 10. A seemingly throwaway line echoes as a central philosophy by the end. We map these connections. We look at the structure, why a nonlinear timeline creates disorientation that serves the theme, why a choice of perspective limits or expands the truth of the story. It's about seeing the architecture beneath the decoration. And third, you get practical takeaways for smarter reading. This isn't about handing you a verdict. It's about handing you a toolkit. You'll learn specific frameworks for questioning a text, for identifying an author's techniques, for connecting a novel's themes to broader ideas in philosophy, history, and science. The goal is that when you finish an analysis here, you don't just know more about that book, you know more about how to read any book. Make no mistake, this is not a book review. A review gives an opinion. This is not a summary. A summary repeats events. They tell you what happens. They rarely help you understand why it happens or how it achieves its effect. This is analysis. This is the deliberate, careful dissection of why stories work on a fundamental level. It's understanding the machinery of narrative, the gears of language, the pulleys of structure, the electricity of theme that transforms a sequence of words into an experience that can entertain, terrify, enlighten, or change you. Consider George Orwell's 1984. Most discussions focus on surveillance and Big Brother. Important, yes. But analysis asks deeper questions. How does Orwell use language itself as the primary tool of oppression? Newspeak isn't just jargon. It's a brilliant demonstration of how controlling vocabulary is the ultimate control of thought. The book's horror isn't just in the telescreen, but in the systematic destruction of the very tools needed to conceive of rebellion. That's the difference between reading the plot and analyzing the purpose. Or take Haruki Murakami's Kafka on the Shore. You could summarize the serial plot: a boy runs away, fish fall from the sky, a man talks to cats. But analysis seeks the method behind the magic. How does Murakami blend the mundane and the mystical to explore profound isolation and the search for identity? How does he make the inexplicable feel not only possible but emotionally inevitable? That's the work we do, and you won't be doing this work alone. Right now, 232 serious readers are on this journey. They are students, engineers, artists, and lifelong learners who believe books are not merely consumable content, but complex systems worthy of deep examination. Together, we've rebuilt a living library of understanding, from the physics of a sci-fi world to the ethical quandaries in a historical novel. This is a daily practice. Every morning at 9 a.m., the exploration continues. 9 new books. 9 new opportunities to pull back the curtain, to connect ideas across centuries and genres, to discover that the 19th century novel you analyzed last week speaks directly to the psychological thriller everyone is reading today. The goal is transformation, not to read more books, but to read books more deeply. To reach the end of a chapter and find yourself asking not just what happens next, but why did that scene unsettle me? Or what pattern is the author establishing? So here is the invitation. Stop just turning pages, start understanding them. If you're ready to see the layers beneath the story, if you want to join a community that values depth over speed and insight over opinion, then subscribe. Your first daily analysis arrives tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. And I can promise you this, the next book you open will be a different book entirely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.